Hey everybody, Backpack Hack here, coming at you with another set of trail tips. Now, I don't care what you do outdoors, whatever your activity is, eventually you're going to come across one of these, a guy line. I don't care whether it's for a tent, a sunshade, a canopy, a shelter, a hammock. Eventually you're going to have to come across one of these. And the problem is down low they're a trip hazard. Up high, they can clothesline you. So I'm going to go over some of the ways you can make your guy lines a lot more visible and a lot more safer when it comes to your campsite. So let's get started. The first thing you can do doesn't cost you a thing. Make sure that you're not setting up your tent next to where a common path is, whether it's a bathhouse or a source of water or the latrine. Make sure you're not pitching your tent so it's right next to a pathway that people are going to use all the time. A very simple method is to take a stick and drive it into the ground where it will be visible by anybody walking by. Another method is to simply replace your guy lines with something that's a little bit more visible. Some tents come with high vis lines, some don't. You might want to consider spending the money to get something a little bit easier to see. Another easy method is to make your guy lines do double duty as a clothesline. Simply take your wet article that you need to dry out, clothespin it to your guy line, and you've already got it marked. You can always stack up your firewood right in the line of these guy lines to keep people from walking through. They're more likely to see this than they are this. A pool noodle is a great way to mark a guy line. They're generally hollow in the center, so what you can do is take a utility knife and slit it all the way down so you have a channel to open it up. This way, you simply have to slide it onto your guy line. And that is a very high visibility marker. Now these can do double duty as a pool noodle if you've got kids and you want to go swimming. Make a trip to the hardware store and you can find these survey marker flags. You can get them in all sorts of different colors. This one's white. You can also get them in places that sell invisible fences to mark out the territory for your pet. When you have an invisible fence installed, you simply install this at an appropriate spot along your guy line. While you're at the hardware store, you might want to check to see if they have some of this, surveyor's tape. This is what you see on construction sites and things like that. It's just a simple piece of plastic. You can take a piece, tie it onto your line, and you've got it marked. A simple brightly colored handkerchief tied in a simple knot over your guy line makes a very obvious marker. You can do the same thing with an ordinary plastic bag from the store. And this can do double duty when you go to break your camp. You have a trash bag. Here's a rather unique method, a ping pong ball. What you do is you take a ping pong ball and you very carefully cut half of it with a sharp knife. Then you can simply open it up, clip it onto your guy line, and you've got a marker. If you're in a craft store, get a package of pipe cleaners. You can get these in all sorts of colors. Simply wrap them around your guy line and you've got a quick and easy marker. If you want to light it up at night, just go to the dollar store and get one of these rechargeable solar lights. Another way to mark one of these at night is one of these simple chemical light sticks if you want to spend the money. If you're cheap, you can get a glow-in-the-dark stick that will serve the same purpose. And if you've got a good quality flashlight that has a moonbeam or a moonlight or a firefly mode, a very low lumen, you can always use that and attach it to your line and run it at night. The battery drain is going to be negligible in those low lumen outputs. It'll run for weeks without affecting your battery, but you need a good flashlight to do that. So hopefully this has given you some ideas about how to mark your guy lines to make them a little bit more visible. So this is Backpack Hack coming at you with this trail tip. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment on my videos. Hit that bell. Be safe out there, and I'll see you out on the trail.